We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made on YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get 50 after Monday Night Raw?
What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air, immediately following NXT every single week. Gotta love NXT every Tuesday night. We had a fun one tonight, and I've got my esteemed colleague riding with me this evening, afternoon, morning, depends on where you are as far as geography is concerned. But as far as geography is concerned, he's in the DMV. And get your twos up because it's Tuesday night and we've got the Tuesday Night Delight. What's going on, Shotty?
Put them twos up, man. It is your boy Shad Talks Graps, and we are back with another installment of NXT Off the Air. Happy to be here, man. I am tired. I've done 2 Tuesday shows today because I'm back in that grind, man. So let's get into it. And also, shout outs to the bro, Big Driz. Good afternoon and evening. It's the man that you should believe in. He's taking the night off. Respectfully, he deserves it. We got you, bro. We're going to hold it down.
Absolutely. I was going to mention Driz myself. You know, we don't have the guy you should believe in, but at the same time, believe this. At the end of the evening, end of the show, Tony D'Angelo rescinded his Dawnship. I don't know. How do I phrase this? I'm looking for the right words here.
He was asked if
decided,
what kind of wine do you think he was drinking?
It was red.
It was.
I mean,
wine.
that's a cab. I would say probably a Italian. I would say an Italian cab. And then we get a shadowy figure in the distance. Not really in the distance, actually. I guess technically they were hovering over the table, but at the same time, could be anybody. Here's my thoughts. When you look at the character, when you look at Tony D, I don't know who or what Tony D is without being the Don, without being the mafia character. You've built this. You've told me the story. So I'm not done with it yet. I understand letting the Eagles fly from the group at some stage. I also think the honey spot for Tony D himself is within a group. I've got some theories about this. I don't know, Shad. I'm super curious, though, on your thoughts. Who could it be and why?
Yeah, I mean, we told ourselves who could be the hidden figure, who could be the the unlocked character that was behind him in the shadows. And to me, it is a great opportunity to get Tony D'Angelo personally out of the family. Yeah, I'm going to go on a limb. I don't think it has to be someone that's Italian. I don't even think it has to be someone that has to be part of the family. I think it's someone that's going to be a helping hand to him. I think it's somebody that's going to be an enforcer. And I think it's someone that's been off of television for a little while. And this is a good opportunity to bring him back. And that is nobody but Omos. I have Omos being that tall figure that was the shadow as the one who will be the helping hand for Tony D'Angelo, who will help enforce Tony D to become a new variation of the Dawn of NXT. I think it's a partnership that could work. Tony D'Angelo is a great talker. Omos, he's a flashy guy, man. He does all these cologne, videos on YouTube, come out with a suit, and these guys could be the flyest dudes on NXT. So I'm going with Omos.
I love that for the pick. Like, I did not see that coming, but I mean, honestly, it makes a lot of sense. And it's also just like a nice pivot. I don't know exactly how you handle the partnership in that situation where it's Omos approaching Tony D first at his lowest, because what I don't want to see is Omos overshadow Tony D or bossing Tony D around. I don't think that makes any sense. DCX Warlord with imagine if it was Piper Niven. DCX Warlord, it's good to see you, but that is ridiculous. Come on, man. We are better than that. But happy Tuesday, no doubt about it. For my pick, I'm going with Giovanni Vinci. Why not? I'm obsessed with mafia movies. Little known fact about me, I love them. And one thing a lot of people forget is often the strings are being pulled from the homeland all the way back home in Italy. Vinci can tie that story up. He can coach the Don back into being the Don by explaining where he messed up. Yes, he was the boss over here in the States, but Vinci's been calling the shots from Italy the entire time, from Sicily potentially. Who knows? I love mob movies, and if we were writing a mob movie when it comes to this story, that's how I would write it. But I don't know, Shad. What do you think about that?
I like it, man. I know Giovanni Vinci was unfortunately let go, but if this is an opportunity to get him back into the WWE, I think that would be a dope partnership. I think they could become a powerhouse mobster unit. I would be afraid of them if I was anybody in the NXT locker room. And I mean, honestly, like if he was to come back, I think it would be like a good, like that's like a potential like strong tag team that you could build. So yeah, I like it.
Absolutely. And I like the idea of, Vinci, we haven't really ever heard cut promos very well. English is not necessarily the best, but with Tony D, he can be sort of the silent leader. Tony D can speak on the I'm getting the instructions from the right. And I like that idea when it comes to that. It really could be anybody, though. You never know.
It could be some random person in the PC that we don't know.
Yeah, that we don't know about. I am not entirely sure who this one is, but what should we get into next here, Shadi? Should we talk about that main event because it was pretty darn good, or should we main event with the main event?
You know what? Let's start with the Heritage, not the Heritage Cup. Let's start with the first topic.
Chuck Dempsey and Tavion Heights.
Might as well have been for the Heritage Cup.
So look, the no quarter catch crew is no quarter catch anymore.
Oh.
Chuck Dempsey, Tavion Heights. I always mess that one up because I keep wanting to say Heights.
I think it's Heights. I may have put a miss.
No, it is Heights. No, but I've messed this up like 15 times on the show, and I kind of wanted to vet that now that we're on the subject because I keep wanting to add an H and say Heights.
Yeah.
Like multiple heights. I don't know. It throws me off at least, but the net of it is no longer a part of the no quarter catch crew. Given the victory, is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I'm not sure. I did enjoy the match. I enjoyed the series of matches. But boy, we talked about it when we were watching it live. Mm-hmm. I will not miss the dual entrance to wrestle each other.
Nah, it's so stupid. Coming out to the same entrance before you were gonna wrestle. I don't like it. NXT is in a very strange place because it feels like they've disbanded all the factions that made sense and created factions that aren't really working. A team like No Quarter Catch Crew had a good blend of pure wrestlers. Tavion obviously having an Olympic background. Chuck Dempsey's William Regal's son. He's one of the best grapplers on that roster. What is his name? Miles Bourne is a phenomenal. We saw his vignette about his background, but he was a wrestler in high school, and he's a phenomenal like bell for bell wrestler. And then you had Ren Sinclair adding into it, on top of the fact that there was a lot of family appeal to it. They had a lot of camaraderie as a unit together. And I thought it kind of gelled pretty well together. I just think the team got so like diluted with the entirety of the I want to call it the virus that was that Heritage Cup. I feel like they just kind of got stuck in the limbo with that. Charlie Dempsey, honestly, man, as good of a wrestler and as good of a character he has not been able to, make leaps and bounds on that roster. And I see an avenue where he can, just off the fact that he's such a good character and great wrestler, but he's kind of stuck in that place. Someone like Tavion Heights, man, I've seen him wrestle live on a main event taping against Apollo Crews. He's very talented. He looks the part. He can wrestle. So in my honest opinion, no matter how great the team is, and I think it is a blessing in disguise because that men's division is lacking, and they're lacking on the main event scene, and they're also lacking on the mid card scene. This gives an opportunity to break these three guys up and kind of sprinkle them around the division. Tavion Heights should be a North American champion at some point in his career. He's just that good. He's talented. Let him develop and give him a true opportunity. Yeah. Charlie Dempsey, he should be feuding with Obafemi. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like that, he's that good of a wrestler. He could be that good of a heel. Let's use these guys in a better way. So I'm cool with the group finally disbanding. Ren Sinclair, she's probably the most charismatic out of all four of them. So I have no problem thinking that she will succeed in NXT. She's already succeeded prior to joining them.
I mean, I agree with so much of what you said. Like, it's not even funny. We're in a weird spot, I feel like, right now in NXT, where we've had all these sort of developed factions, and only some have gotten like nice, tidy bows told on the end of the breakup.
Yes.
But not all of them. And this was close, but I wouldn't say it was like exactly how I thought like No Quarter Catch Crew would just be over. It was good, but not great. It was what it was. I agree with you. Tavion Heights can go. He North American Championship picture. I think that's awesome. I don't want him to wrestle Ethan Page too soon because I'm pretty confident this Ethan Page Canadian American, North American, Canada story is going to last quite some time. At least that's just what I'm anticipating.
Yeah.
And so I would say maybe not in the near future, but at some point, Undisputed Era Broken Heart here from DCX Warlord, that cracked me up. Wesley should be called up. I think yes, a long time ago. Right
we're
the second
we're gonna talk about him.
We're gonna get there. American Made versus No Quarter Catch Crew should have happened. Yes.
That's my fear in a sense, though, is the fact that you have a team like American Made with the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile, and like now they're directionless without Gable. Gable's out. We saw Gable literally like he's gonna be out for a little bit with his rotator cuff injury. That takes a little bit of time for him to recover. So like a team like them, like I feel like the I don't know if Kurt Angle ruined it for the WWE, where they just think that everybody that's a former collegiate or Olympic wrestler should just wear a singlet, and that's their whole character base is just being a wrestler and not actually letting them have a little bit. Like Kurt was so charismatic,
that's
and I
pretty spot on there.
Right? Like, hey,
I didn't really think of it that way.
Yeah, like they don't even let them an opportunity to like add a bit of like depth to the character.
It's
like,
a little
even
bit
with
like
Chad Gable, they literally like you got to become Kurt Angle.
This is like no knock on New Japan, but like it's a little bit like the New Japan, the young boy thing, where like everybody has to wear like the same black trunks, and you're like, but like, wait a minute, like,
yeah, no,
I have a little bit of flavor here.
Yeah, like, I mean, and it's the WWE too. Like their whole like MO is like creating larger than life characters, right?
Yeah.
And like at least let these guys like try to create characters more so. Like I guess that's kind of where I'm at. Like if I want to like here's the thing, if I want to watch like wrestlers like to that, like there's a whole avenue of like wrestling, like actual like that type of wrestling out there that we can watch,
Yeah.
So
it's so true. We got Fernando in the comments too as well. Good evening, WR crew, and NXT was fire tonight. Yes,
It was.
I thought it was, I would say fire, but more of like one of those late night fires. It wasn't like, it wasn't burning that hot. It was burning pretty hot. I thought, right? It was a healthy level of flames.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Speaking of healthy levels of flames and characters, let's talk about Blake Monroe because she stood out the entire night. Listen, I hated the idea of babyface Blake Monroe renamed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to say, totally cool with the heel version. Totally cool with heel Blake Monroe. I'm all over it. I thought the promo was excellent. What did you think,
They
Sean?
listened to you. They did it pretty quickly. Look, man, this is the dish well served for Blake Mariah May. She is a amazing heel. She was the ultimate villain for the Hollywood ending. And you pick up somebody like that and you're picking them up for their strong suits. She is conniving. She is going to hit below the belt. She is going to do it all. You're going to hate her. And tonight, she showed the epitome of that, man. The slideshow on Jordan Grace, JG, weight shaming her, telling her that she's nothing like her, that she, is the epitome of what everybody wants and what everyone loves, playing this like mean girl Regina George type of character, but adding her own twist to it. It's amazing. Like I think I agree with you 100%. Since becoming heel, this is working. And we compared her to Tiffany Stratton last week. It's a lot different. It's a lot different than Tiffany Stratton because Tiffany was more of the mean girl, valley girl type of thing. Mariah May is just a straight up B word to people. Like, and she owns up to it. And I like that about it. In regards to the entirety of,
I think that B word you were gonna discuss was bully. That's the difference. She's a bully, right? Yeah, that's what you meant the whole time. I knew that was the B word we were talking about there. I was at least 100% sure. But yeah, dude, she's a bully. She's not nice. And Tiffany Stratton was the popular girl. That's the difference. Blake Monroe doesn't care what you think about her. She's the bully mean girl, right? She's not popular by proxy. She's popular by power.
Yep.
That's the difference.
Did you freeze? Or did I freeze? If I froze, I'll do. Yeah, Clark froze. Comment if y'all see Clark froze or if I froze for a second, cause I just thrown off for a second. I think Clark froze for a second. But I'll let me yeah, he froze. Yeah, let me get into a couple comments and Fernando Zaya saying Blake Monroe is a female cerebral assassin. He's saying he froze. Look, man, something about her that really clicks for me is just like the tone of her voice. Like she comes off so like conceited, so stuck up, and she is going to like literally annihilate you with her words. And I think that's the beauty of what Blake Monroe adds to as a character. I thought tonight, like just the going back and forth of words with the other women on the roster, Lola Vice stepping in, her talking to Lola Vice, Jada Parker, like, and not being afraid of that. I think it shows that it starts with her first promo coming into NXT saying where she signed here because this is where the best women's division is, the deepest women's division is. And she's now to that point where like she believes that, but she also thinks she's on top of that division. She thinks she's the queen of the castle of that division. And to me, that's kind of where she's going to eventually, really lead into it and become top of the food chain. So, to me, I think that this is going to be a continuation of, seeing her progress in the role. And I mean, bro, like, what y'all think in the comments? Like, I love that intro. Like, I love her entrance so much. I love her going into the shot of the vanity mirror and then her music playing. I think her music, surprisingly, Def Rebel got right. You know what I'm saying? It's catchy. It fits. And I think all in all, man, her presentation has been A1. And I think you see her week by week really progressing. And it's looking like a slam dunk signing. So Fernando Zayas noting that she's going to take the women's championship. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. I think you got a standpoint with JC being the heel at the moment, and I'm curious to see how we progress through that. We do have Clark Taylor back in the building. Oh, my bad.
Oh no, you're good, dude. I'm so sorry. I have a great dog. She's a sweet dog, cord kicking dog, apparently, when it comes to tonight, because unplugged the whole modem. I was like, whoa, that's not gonna do it.
No, you good. I thought my joint froze for a second, but the comments let me know that you froze.
Was so confused. It was totally me, but either way, I'm glad I'm back. Yes, thank you, Fernando, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say the comment section's technically gone, so yeah, you're gonna have to drive for the rest of not the private chat. I mean,
I got you. Nah, so yeah, long story short, yeah, Blake Monroe versus she's got a match next week against Kalani Jordan. We are definitely gonna be locked in for that. And salute to all the women in that promo exchange. They all cook. I'm excited for it. Let's talk about what got this kind of woke us up a little bit. This was obviously Fatal Influence got to wrestle the girls that they were messing with last week. Jada Parker did beat Jasmine Nix, so one of them did not finish the job. But the match that we're going to talk about is Lash Legend versus Fallon Henley, because one member of Fatal Influence did win, and that was Fallon Henley. But it's not how we expected it to be. Fallon Henley got a little bit of help, and it was from a Miss Nia Jax, who did not forget that Lash Legend eliminated her at the Battle Royal for Evolution. I mean, I'll kick it off to you first. What are your thoughts on Nia coming to NXT and taking out Lash?
I absolutely love this because we got the match. That's the best part about this. We got the full match. And so yes, the finish was muddy. It was the perfect time for a run-in, because I wasn't sure where they were going storyline wise when it came to Fallon and Lash. Right? I'm like, where are we going with this? Now I get it. And then you get the promo on the back end of it from Nia Jax. So serious. Nia Jax, sincerely, since she's returned for like 2 years now, is a completely different professional wrestler than she was before. She's so dang good. Like, everything she's doing right now is working. And I don't think she gets enough credit, because we're in this spot where, people remember what was going on before, where, there was some criticism about some injuries and things like that. And my whole viral video and whatnot. Nia Jax is all the way back. Like, and I not to beat a dead horse, but she's that good again. And I think it's really impressive.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement. I like the idea of having a continuation of something that happened at Evolution. It makes us think it's like it's the best course of action using like battle royals, in my opinion. Like, Royal Rumbles used to mean something because you could build storylines from Royal Rumbles on the progressing episodes following it. So I like that, the fact that post they got this going on. This, to me, is the litmus test for Lash Legend. And to me, I look at it like this. I don't even think they look at Lash to be a potential NXT Women's Champion. I think they're ready to put Lash on the main roster. Yeah. And that's why you bring Nia Jax on the NXT. Because you're saying, all right, let's see the measuring tape. I think you can be the next Nia Jax. Let's see how you do in a match in a feud with Nia Jax type of situation as a giant, as a one of the strong girls of the roster. I mean, bro, and then Lash. I mean, honestly, wasn't she like the last? She was the last two against Valkyria in the Royal, right?
Yeah. In the Battle Royal, it was her, Valkyria, and why am I blanking on the third? Because it was the biggest name of the three. Was it Becky?
No, it wasn't Becky.
No, it wasn't Becky. It was was it Bailey?
It was Nikki Bella.
It was Nikki Bella. There you go.
Yeah.
See, I knew it was, but it was the most famous one.
Yeah.
I was on the right track. I'm kidding. No, just like I thought. I had to think. I was like, shoot, who was it? No, but I mean, and I think it's cool paying that off, especially because Evolution was something that was so talked about. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. The fallout from Evolution was not a thing. It's unique in that regard, right? Every other show, we're talking about the follow-up episode. I'm glad that they paid this off, that they kept this alive. I think that it honors what Evolution meant.
Yeah.
And how good the PLE was. I think it's something that'll be overlooked probably in the future, right? Because we didn't have what was the NXT or what was the blank episode after Evolution?
To me, I feel like they've done a good job post Evolution in regards to booking on all three shows for the women's division. I feel like I watched a bit of the show. I saw a clip of that show of the Netflix thing that they're doing. What is it?
Unreal.
Unreal, right? And Triple H was talking about the women's match, and he was talking about saying like the women, I look at the PC, all the women, like he's basically confirming what we see on a weekly basis, like because the PC is NXT and we see the same stuff every week. The women are far ahead of the men right now. The next crop of talent on the weekly show. There's a reason why most of our topics are women's matches compared to men's matches on on an average. And like you see the booking is starting to show a little bit more of that. And I'll also say this, man. I think that show is important in a way, not to try to get off topic for a second, but like when I was criticizing the EO stuff, Triple H is very strongly on the boat of I want to keep my world champion feeling special, and I don't want to expose them too much, wrestling too much, because I feel like that waters down the world champion.
Yeah.
And I kind of get it. I don't necessarily agree to that degree, but I do kind of get it. But yeah, in regards to Lash, though, man, like her and Nia it's a good feud. I think Lash is like she's made for whatever is given next to her to go to. Like she's just gonna really be that girl.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she's been ready for the main roster for a long time. I actually thought Lash and Jakara were main roster bound.
Yeah.
Well before, obviously, we know what happened there. But I mean, you never know. I will say I missed this one, obviously, when I was having technical difficulties. Def Rebel uses AI. I'm sorry. That's joke of the day. I love that. That's hilarious.
But apparently it's real.
Is that true? That's a true fact?
Yeah, they basically the Fatal Influence song, they basically like
wait, back up. Def Rebel's more than one people?
Yeah, it's a group of guys.
Oh, I thought it was like one guy.
Nah, it's like a production team, but they basically like AI a bunch of songs.
They're like the Wu-Tang Clan.
I mean, you could do it though. It's not illegal. Like, hey, you can.
No,
use, like,
I just thought it was one person. Honestly, I learned a new thing today. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're taking the easy route, but this is how stuff is nowadays. Not to try to like get off of a standpoint. I'm sorry, I yawned on that one.
No, that made it funnier. It's better.
Not to get on a standpoint of like that's just people gonna be. Look, man, you work smarter, not harder, I guess.
Exactly.
It's out shit. They can use it all they want. It sounds better than the stuff they produce. I ain't gonna discredit them as long as I don't gotta listen to the stuff they make. All right, let's get to the next topic.
Yeah.
We got two more, man. All right, let's talk about the match of the night, and that was Javon Evans and Wesley. Woof. Woof. Look, Wesley is, oh my God, I don't know how to even say it, bro. Like, I don't know what we do with Wesley on NXT, but like, you could just continuously just put him out there to have banger matches with people, and it'll make me happy. I get the notion of putting him on the main roster, and I don't disagree. I think it should have been happening a while ago, but man, that guy can wrestle his ass off, and Javon Evans can wrestle his ass off times 10. Like, that kid is remarkable, bro. And I think you were saying it when we were watching it. You see a little bit of Will Ospreay in him.
Yeah, man. Offensively, especially, he might even sell better. Tonight was, I think, you don't want to say breakout performance. It's Javon Evans. He's now basically established at the age he's at. I thought this was his cleanest bell-to-bell performance yet. It was perfect. Like, for what he needed to accomplish in the ring.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got to have a dance partner in Wesley. But this was off the charts. Fernando said this match was amazing. Yes. I mean, every dive well-timed. All the selling. That cutter, he got backwards in the air. He floated. He floated.
Nasty.
He floated. It was ridiculous. Wesley, I think, is very good. I don't know where he fits in, and I don't understand why. And that's where, when we talk main roster and stuff, don't understand why Wesley doesn't have a logical position. It feels like he's so talented. I don't get it. What do you think about that, Shad? How can Wesley sort of recapture the magic that doesn't feel like it was that long ago?
Honestly, man, it may just be like he missed the stop on the train station. Because to me, like, this is a guy who's historically had some of the best reigns as NXT North American champion. He's feuded with some of the best on the entire roster. You talk about guys like Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, Braun Breaker, even going into the black and gold era towards the end of it. And to where we are now, I just don't know if it's one of those situations where he's been sitting there too long, that his turn has just been missed, and we don't know when the next turn is going to happen. To me, the guy can work. I think he's done, in my opinion, I think Wesley's character right now is the part where I wouldn't want to get on the main roster. I think the babyface Wesley is someone that you could easily get behind on the main roster. He's the epitome of an underdog. We have heard him talk about adversity coming off of injury and whatnot, having to create a path for himself after a tag team got completely taken away from him. His whole unit got taken away from him from going on to NXT. And to me, like, that was Wesley at his peak. And that type of guy could work on the main roster. That shows a little bit of the shades of like a Daniel Bryan type of babyface, smaller underdog, but damn it, he's gonna put a fight, and you believe in him when he puts in for a fight. And I would get back to that bag and get him on the main roster that way.
And that's where I'm like lost on this currently, because I maybe that's where I'm frustrated. Is, to me, Wesley as a heel feels like almost unnatural, for lack of a better way to put it. Like it's like that's not who he is. Like, we know almost. And so he's stuck in this sort of like ebbing and flowing, having good matches. He's like obviously very capable and as good as anybody bell to bell. But the charisma that we had tapped into for a period of time, we know it's still there. We just don't get to see it anymore. And I feel like that's not right. I agree with DCX Warlord here. Wes is the breakout star of the Radicals, and then even Fernando Zayas is saying Wesley's better than Carmelo Hayes in his opinion. I don't know about that for sure. Dom should do an open challenge in Dayton, Ohio, and Wesley, that'd be fun. I mean, who knows?
No, that should not happen.
I still think Dom is El Grande Americano. I think he has been the whole time. Did you notice that they were both suspiciously at AAA, but not on at the same time?
Same time, that's true. That's not a bad. It's not a bad conspiracy right there.
I'm starting to believe. I think it's Dom.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's better than Carmelo Hayes, friend. I think Carmelo Hayes is like just an all around prime time guy. He's just not utilized to that point. That's why this whole "We Want Melo" hashtag thing has been picking up steam, which I'm cool with.
I do not think Melo is El Grande Americano, by the way, to be clear. But I do also want Melo myself. I'm with you on that 100% shot. Absolutely. Yeah. Do we have one more topic or am I out of topics?
Yeah, we got the main event. Ethan Page versus Santino Marella.
Oh, yeah.
For the North American Championship. First match Santino has had in WWE since like 2012, I think. 13, like maybe a little bit after that. I don't know.
I believe when we looked it up, it was since Barack Obama was president.
Yeah, since the Obama administration, from what I saw online. I mean, this was cool. This was fine. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it personally, and I'll tell you why. I like the nostalgia, and I like Santino. Santino's a guy from our childhood. We've been watching. He brings the comedy aspect to it. But that's what he is to me. He's a comedy wrestler. Ethan going the distance with a comedy wrestler, having to kind of cheat his way to beat him, makes Ethan not look as a credible, like, wrestler in that. And I'm not saying he's not a credible wrestler, but it kind of makes him look like a dork in a way. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what bothers me even more about it? Is Santino kind of turned back the clock and put on a solid match. But like you said, he's a comedy wrestler. Mm-hmm. It needed to be funnier. Yeah. There were funny spots, but that wasn't it. Also, the twist of fate finish.
Yeah, that was whack. Why didn't do the Ego's Edge?
I know exactly why. Because now he's going to do this run of wrestling TNA talent every Tuesday night. And one of the two Hardys is up next. And it was fully telegraphed in my eyes. I enjoyed that part of it, but why do that to Santino? At least hit him with the Ego's Edge, then maybe do it. And really tell this, if you're going to do that, and if you don't play on it, why in the wide, wide world of sports is Ethan Page doing the twist of fate?
When are we going to also get some TNA talent that I want to watch wrestle?
I know.
I want Leon Slater versus Javon Evans more than anybody, bro.
Period.
Yes. For the X Division title.
Sight unseen.
Give us that, give us like let him wrestle some of these guys. Like, why doesn't he wrestle Nick Nemeth? Like, Nick Nemeth and Ego would be a fire little program and match.
Now we're talking. I would be all over that.
Yeah.
Santana doesn't need to win the North American title, but I think Mike Santana is the best thing going in TNA right now, period. Like, easily. No matter what. I think there's almost no debate about that. Like, he's elevated himself to a level that I didn't. And I've always been a fan. I didn't believe was possible.
The issue is the names I'm thinking of all guys who are former in the WWE, because like Ali, Cedric is way too soon to go and wrestle in NXT again because he just got released and came into TNA.
Here's the thing for me with Ethan. I almost like him wrestling as the bigger of the two. Yeah. So like Leon Slater, names like that, I think of TNA X Division wise. Leon Slater is the X Division.
Yes.
I don't know how much depth there is beyond him as far as that stylistically. That's the style I'd like to see wrestle Ethan Page. As far as storytelling, there's a lot there, roster wise.
I guess they got like Ali,
Ali.
Navarro.
I was just thinking of non-WWE guys, right?
Yeah. I mean,
even
somebody like Casey Navarro, I would let him get some reps on NXT. Like, he's young. I mean, shoot, he might be someone you might want to pick up if his free agency
no way. Fernando, I agree with you so often. Ethan Page is going to be the top heel on the main roster when he moves up. On the main roster, he's a megastar in the making. Fernando, you are a friend of the show and a friend of the program. I have never in my life disagreed with you more.
I don't see that. I mean, Naomi,
no chance.
I mean, Punk when he goes heel, Cena right now,
not in Gunther. A billion years.
I don't know about that one.
No, there are people we don't know their names that have a better chance of being the biggest heel in the WWE. There are people we've never heard of in our lives that have a better chance than Ethan Page of being the biggest heel on the main roster.
Some random person.
Numerous.
Some random person who's breaking
some guy
reps in the performance center.
Yeah. There's a guy just pumping iron right now, ready to rock to be a bigger heel than Ethan Page. There's no way. Am I saying Ethan Page is not good? No. I think he's a very talented wrestler. I think he's a very talented heel. He has good comedic timing. He is vanilla ice cream, and we're out of 31 flavors. Like, that's the thing, is like, he does everything good and nothing great. That's the way I view Ethan Page.
Dang. I think I'm not going that hard like you are.
Sorry. No. Even Fernando. Sorry. No, we're all friends here.
I think Ethan Page is like a very solid mid card heel.
Him too, by the way.
BJ Ray, jeez. I think Ego can play. I think he's gonna have a role on the main roster. Thing is this, Ethan Page has surpassed any expectations that I had for him coming from AEW to the NXT. I will be honest with you. When he signed there, I was shocked, and I was like, okay, this is kind of we'll see what happens. I was like, maybe he will be a very good NXT guy, but to me now, he's someone I was like, he's a great NXT guy, and he has the opportunity to be a very great WWE guy when he gets to the main roster. He is a person that I have a utmost respect for, because he took an opportunity where he felt like he was not utilized in AEW, and this is the one thing that you gotta respect him about it. He wasn't one of these guys that said they didn't use me, they didn't use me. He was like, I'm just not being used, and I want to find my passion and do something. He came into the WWE, and he found what's working for him, and he's took the best of the opportunity for it, and he's running with it. So, and it's not a case where he was fumbled. No, it's not that. It's just sometimes you don't get the opportunities one place, you find an opportunity somewhere else, and the opportunity came through, and he's flourishing. So I'm happy for him. I'm proud of all the success that he's doing, and I'm curious to see what the elevation he will be in this title reign, because I think he needs to establish the person that gets the title off of him, and I think that's the goal for it. Who that's going to be, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested for sure. He is doing better than Sean Spears. We'll give him that. Yeah, at least, right? He's definitely doing better than Sean Spears.
All right, before we go, let me think of it like this. I think y'all played this game already, actually. So do you count people? I don't count Cody and Punk as like AEW guys coming to WWE.
No, I don't.
Because it was WWE before. Maybe Cody.
I might count Cody over Punk.
Okay, Cody. Then Cody would be the top one, obviously. Punk, I'm not counting. Punk,
Cargill, I count Cargill.
So I think if I had to like put it in an island, I think Cody is probably respectfully in his own island right now.
Yeah.
And then I think there's an island like Penta is in a very strong
I think
place.
I would put Penta as like
Probably like
Penta.
Penta,
I might
Jade.
even put Phoenix right behind him, but I don't get why they don't book Phoenix as strong as Penta,
Yeah,
considering
Phoenix is doing fairly well. I don't think
he
he's
wrestled
actually
at Mania.
Yeah, I mean he's wrestling at he wrestling
In the
in
TLC.
SummerSlam. Yeah, he's gonna be this here weekend.
Yeah, in the TLC, he's going to be the highlight of that.
Yeah, and then I mean to me, Jade and Penta are just spectacles off of character. Like they just are over out. We knew there was gonna be overcoming in the WWE though. But
Yeah.
like I think Ego is in a tier like below them as someone who's really benefited himself. Then you got people like I think Ego and Blake Monroe are probably in that tier. And then you got people like Rusev who was not doing jack shit.
Yep.
Because
Nothing. Ricky Saints, nothing. Like
Ricky Saints is not above Ego.
Saints are not marching in.
Yeah, I think he's still kind of one I got is a wait and see to see what he does.
Malachi Black, we forgot about for this long. Or Alistair, I guess. New name again.
Yeah.
New name, who dis?
The issue with Alistair and Rusev is they came back and there's not a lot of
they came back as their AEW characters and somehow were worse.
Well, Alistair's always been that character. No, Rusev
came wearing the Muay Thai shorts.
Rusev came. No, I will say this: Rusev came back as Miro because this is a Miro character, and nobody gives a shit because nobody knows who that is in the WWE.
Goofy.
They're waiting for Rusev Day. Like if he would have came out with Rusev Day type of stuff, people would have been excited. But they're just
ballistic.
Like, why? Yeah, but anyways, you got
total
anything else?
Stone unturned. Penta is a better wrestler than. Better character. Phoenix is a better wrestler. That's accurate. Yes.
Sure.
Sorry, I almost misread that, Fernando. I think you're spot on with that. But I do think that also brings us to the end of tonight's show. Does it not?
Yeah, I'm tired and
I'm gassed myself. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We will be back same time, same place next week for Tuesday. We'll be on off the air. And then check out all of our other stuff. We'll be back for the daily tomorrow. As usual, on behalf of me and Shad. Monster shout out to the guy you should believe in, Dryzzy, and everybody at WR. I hope you have a great Tuesday night, and we will talk to you soon.
Peace.